If you thought the 12-foot skeleton was giant, wait till you see this.
How's it going, guys? It's the Pixelated Pumpkin, and in today's video, I'll be unboxing, setting up, and reviewing the 25-foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Inflatable. That's right, this guy is 25 feet tall. That is literally taller than my house. Now, this guy right here is made by and sold exclusively on HalloweenCostumes.com, and you'll find a link in the description that will get you 15% off their entire website. So if you want to get this guy or anything else you want on their website, be sure to use that link. Anyways, as a Ghostbusters fan, this is so cool to have. Obviously, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is one of the most iconic creatures in that first movie, and he's been an absolute icon ever since. Anyways, enough hesitation. Let's open the box and take everything out. So here's what you see when you first open the box, and obviously it's pretty much just white because that's a majority of his body, but there you can see we have the stakes that he comes included with. All right, enough dilly-dallying. Let's take everything out of the box. Here are the stakes. Here's the fan. Now that we got everything out of the box, let's lay him down and then inflate him.
So you're just going to want to lay this guy out like any other inflatable. Just stretch the arms and legs out flat and you're good to go.
All right, now that we have him all laid out and looking absolutely gigantic. I mean, this thing is enormous. Even when it's laid out, I think it's gigantic. But you can kind of get a look at his face here. Yeah, well, we'll see that when it's fully inflated much better. But anyways, I say, let's fully inflate it.
While you enjoy this time-lapse of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man inflating, let me give you some specifics about the item. This guy retails for $500, but if you use my link, you'll get 15% off. And I have to say, $500, while a very big price, I think is fair for something like this, because typically any inflatable over 20 feet tall typically costs upwards of $1,000, so I can't say it's that bad of a price. He also comes included with 8 stakes and 3 patches to seal up any rips, and he fully inflates in just under 8 minutes.
All right, so here I am in front of the 25-foot tall Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
And oh my god, take a good look at this guy right here. My jaw was genuinely on the floor when we got him fully inflated. This seriously might be the most incredible Halloween decoration ever made. If you want to be the house on the block this year, this is what you have to get right here. Within the first 20 minutes of him being inflated, neighbors were coming out of their houses to see what the hell was going on. People driving by were stopping their cars and taking pictures, and it's the middle of August when I'm doing this. Just wait until Halloween rolls around, and people will be visiting from towns all over to see this guy. For some people, this might be the most obnoxious thing of all time, but for others, like me, you know it's probably the coolest thing you could ever put into your front yard. Now, if you watched my channel before, you know I'm much more of a Halloween animatronic guy than an inflatable guy. My problems with inflatables typically lie in that they're not able to get the accuracy of the character enough. It always looks kind of cartoony and sometimes dumb looking, but the Stay Puft Man is definitely an exception to that because he's the perfect character to turn into an inflatable. In fact, I think he'll work better as an inflatable than he ever would as an animatronic. And with this 25-foot tall inflatable version of Stay Puft, I think this is the best Stay Puft Marshmallow Man you could ever get. Now, Stay Puft in the movie is supposed to be around 60 to 100 feet tall, but obviously that would be literally impossible to make an inflatable that big of him. And well, the closest you're gonna get to that is this 25-foot tall version one right here, but I think the 25 feet is more than enough for this guy to be enormous. This guy will most likely tower over your house, tower over your whole neighborhood basically, and draw in so much attention. But if 25 feet is too much for you, HalloweenCostumes.com also offers a 15-foot variation and an 8-foot variation. So if you still want a giant Stay Puft, just go with one of those. But I, of course, will recommend the 25-foot one all day long because let me tell you, once more, it is seriously impressive. Now for my opinions about the design of this guy. Obviously, a majority of him is just white puffs, but I think they did a really good job on the face here. There's so many different facial expressions you could choose for a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I mean, typically you have the cheery, happy-looking smile, but I'm glad they gave him a little bit more of a menacing, angry face like he has in the movie. Let me tell you, it makes him much more intimidating in person, especially especially when he's towering 25 feet above you. However, I still think he's definitely more of a cute character than a scary character, and there's for sure nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I still think Stay Puft will be awesome regardless. They did a great job on the hat and sailor's garb he has, and on the back there's some Ghostbusters branding, which I think is pretty cool. This guy also comes included with internal lighting, which is actually really nice, and it looks really good in the dark. The camera doesn't do it that much justice, but you could really see this whole guy glowing pretty well at night, which is just fantastic. Especially for an inflatable this big, it's something I wouldn't expect them to do, but once again, it is really nice that it does come included with internal lighting. As for the quality, it's actually really solid, though I wish the stakes he came included with weren't plastic because they do tend to bend a little bit when putting them in the ground, so you have to be careful there. His tethers work exceptionally well. He has one directly on the front of his stomach, two on either side, and also one in the back, so you have a four-way tie down, which is going to keep him up. He also has two little hooks on each feet to stick a stake in, so you'll keep him grounded there, and there's also 2 bags of gravel in each foot as well, holding him down even more. So I think as long as you have everything tied down real well, I think the chances of him blowing over or blowing away are pretty low, though I definitely would leave him deflated on a very windy day. Well, I guess that's all I have to talk about with this 25-foot tall Stay Puft. If you have any more questions or comments, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. Also, remember to use my link in the description if you want to get this guy or anything else on HalloweenCostumes.com. Please like, subscribe, and if you got anything out of this video, let it be this: nobody outpixelates the pumpkin.